So in this video, we will be discussing about some numerical problems involved in the module 1. So here when we before going to the video, so we should know what is meant by the Fermi-Dirac distribution and the Fermi level. So the density of the state tells us how many states exist at a given energy level E. The Fermi function f of E specifies how many of the existing state at the energy level E will be filled with the electron. The function f of E specifies under equilibrium condition the probability that an available state at an energy E will be occupied by an electron. It is called as the probability distribution function. So the probability distribution function is nothing but the probability that the electrons will be occupying the energy level E, which is given as 1 divided by 1 plus e power E minus EF by kT, where EF is the Fermi energy or Fermi level, K is the Boltzmann constant, it is 8.6 into 10 to the power 5 electron volt per Kelvin, and T is the absolute temperature. So already we have studied what is Fermi level. So Fermi level is the probability of occupancy of an electron in a particular state, and the distribution gives the energy of this density of the state. So based on the Bose atomic model and other derivations, we have the effective density of the state for electron in the conduction band is given as n suffix c, that is the number of states in the conduction band is given as n suffix c is equal to 2 into 2 power m e star kt by h square the whole power 3 by 2. Here m e star is nothing but the effective mass of the as a charge carriers. So we should know that Me and Mh are not the actual mass of the electron or hole, but it is the effective mass. That is, in a lattice, it is my charge carriers are part of the lattice structure, and it may undergo some collision process, and because of this the mass of the charged particles will be varying, and hence that is given as Me star. It is called as the effective mass. And similarly, the intrinsic carrier density is obtained from both the effective density of the state, which is given as Na is equal to square root of Nc Nv into e power minus Ec minus Ev divided by 2 kT. So here we take some standard semiconductor material like germanium, silicon, gallium arsenide, and for that here in this chapter column we can see the different values of Nc, Nv and Ni, and it can be seen that for when compared to my as germanium, the carrier density of the silicon will be more, and also the intrinsic carrier concentration of germanium is more when compared to the silicon, and also it is very less in case of the gallium arsenide. So this is due to the large band gap. Okay, coming to this problem, so a silicon sample is doped with, so they have given the value of Nd is 5 into 10 to the power 16, and Na is given as 2 into 10 to the power 16 per centimeter cube. So what is this? Nd and Na are nothing but the concentration of the holes as well as the electrons which is present in my system. Okay, so this gives, I take a pure semiconductor material, in that I add some donor impurities as well as acceptor impurities. So finally, what will be my semiconductor? Find out, the question is the electron and hole concentration at room temperature we have to find. So what is the net effect of this doping? So the net doping is nothing but difference between Nd and Na. So we will be getting it as 3 into 10 to the power 16 per centimeter cube. So here Nd is greater than Na, so it means that there are more number of electrons when compared to the holes during the doping process, and hence it results in the N-type semiconductor material. And now it results in the N-type semiconductor material. So now since Nd is greater than Na, it is an N-type. So what is Ni? Ni is nothing but the intrinsic carrier concentration, and for silicon we know that it is 1.5 into 10 to the power 10 per centimeter cube. So using this we have the formula Ni square is equal to Nd into Na, or otherwise I can say it as N0 into P0, that is the concentration of holes and the electrons in the system. So using this I can find out what is my P0. So P0 is nothing but the number of holes, which is nothing but 1.5 into 10 to the power 10 the whole square divided by the value of the electrons, which is 7.5 into 10 to the power 4 per centimeter cube. So based on this found out number of electrons and holes, we can use this formula to find out the value of the Fermi level. So where the Fermi level will be. So we have the formula N0 is equal to Ni into e power Ef minus Ec divided by kT. So here kT is nothing but 26 milli electron volt at room temperature. That is, this is based on the K is a Boltzmann constant, T is the room temperature, which is equal to 26 milli electron volt. So using this, we can find out Ef minus Ei is equal to 0.026 into ln of. So we will be getting this is as 0.377 electron volt, which is given as this diagram. So here we can see that the difference between Ei and Ef. So since it is an n-type semiconductor, the Fermi level will be near to the conduction band. So the gap between the intrinsic Fermi level, that is the center of my doping, and the Ef level will be equal to 0.377 electron volt. So thank you.